and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. And welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. And welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live around the world on Facebook, on Twitch.tv, on Mixer and on YouTube. While we're getting everything set up, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Runs and Rides YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/FilmMyRun, on Twitter at FilmMyRun, and you can also go to the website, which is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax and watch me do all the hard work. Right, good afternoon. Oh, I've not put chat on. Typical. So we're off in about 20 seconds. I've not put the chat on, so we're going to be late. But I am not racing. I am just chilling out because I have already raced today. So I am not racing now. We're just going to go and have a look around and watch everyone else enjoying themselves. Right, here we go. We're off. I'm going nice and gently. I am not racing. I promise I am not racing. So don't expect me to go off like a crazy man. What I'm going to do is I'm going to follow some of the runners. Just let me get chat going though so I can see what you're messaging me. So I'm watching Facebook chat, I'm watching YouTube chat, and I am gently jogging away. We've not even started yet. We haven't passed the start line, so. Right. So you can see I'm 121st. So let's go forward and let's see who's going to be at the front of the pack. Oh, there's a lot of people, aren't there, today? Krista Hult's up there already, I've seen. Kim Little's up there. Right, who's in the lead? Right, A. Moore. So A. Moore from the USA and has bombed off at 3:53 per kilometre. But he does have heart rate there, so we should be able to see his heart rate as he progresses through the race. And he's also got cadence, which is good. If you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on Facebook, please do say hello so I know you're there. I was up in London this morning to run in Bushy Park, 5k Bushy Park run. 64th I came out of 1,620 runners. So 64th is okay for that number of runners. 4th in my age category. And I'm still wearing the same running gear that I was when I raced this morning at 9 o'clock. So I've got my club vest on today. So let's have a little look at who A. Moore is. We'll give him a ride on. So hopefully we'll see that drop down in a second. Sometimes you don't know, but I've given him a ride on. He is a level 24 cyclist, a level 9 runner. So he's relatively new to running. 278 kilometres run so far on Zwift. But he's been on cycling for a little while. He's done over 5,000 kilometres of cycling on Zwift. Rob Dunlap, hello to you, buddy. Hope you're well. I am just gently jogging along through Innsbruck on stage 2 of the Tour de Zwift. Sarah Jacobson, hello to you. It's not morning here, you know, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. So A. Moore has done 1 kilometre. So he's in the lead. Let's go back and have a look at some other runners involved today. So this is El van Digelen from Holland, from the Netherlands. He is he is catching A. Moore. Oh, I didn't actually work out what A. Moore's first name was. Hang on. Was it Adrian? Adam. So Adam is in the lead. And then catching him in second place. We have Leander van Digelen from the Netherlands. Although we also have Godoy as well coming through. Kerry Thomas says the timer and progress bar has failed to start for me on each of the 3 runs. Oh no! Right, now also if you notice up there, Van Digelen, it says he's in 6th place, which is a bit strange. Anyway, Van Digelen has Oh, he's only a level 2 runner. So Van Diggelen, level 2 runner, only 7 kilometers run so far on Zwift. No heart rate. Seems to be smashing it out pretty quickly, so good for him. And they are nearly 1.5 kilometers in to the race. Let's have a look at Godoy. By the way, Leander Van Diggelen is a level 13 cyclist. So has been on Zwift for a short while. Now, is that Darren Smith in 4th place there? Let's have a look at Godoy. Yeah, Eric, I think Rob says Eric Min is running. I think he is. I saw him log on earlier. So I think Eric Min is running in this stage 2 run here. There are 169 runners, 190 entered. So Godoy, I'm not sure what flag that is. Looks like a bit Argentinian, but the blue is too dark for Argentina, isn't it? So heart rate of 146. Let's look at Moore's heart rate again, eh? Adam Moore's heart rate is 158. Godoy's heart rate is 147. And Leander doesn't have heart rate. So Godoy, let's have a look. El Salvador, that flag is. So Godoy from El Salvador, Italo Godoy from El Salvador, level 7 cyclist, level 6 cyclist, level 7 runner. So the first 3 runners are relatively new to running on Zwift, and they are banging it out. There's no reason why we should question this, but and the paces that they're going are doable for good runners, but and heart rates, they've got heart rates, so you are hopeful that these are genuine runners. Sarah says it's morning in Chicago. No better way to spend it than watching other people run while drinking coffee on the couch. Absolutely, Sarah. Totally with you. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go back a bit. We'll keep an eye on the front pack, though. Not sure why it's saying... So look, we've got Moore in 4th, it says. But I think he is in the lead. Italo Godoy from El Salvador in 2nd. Leander Van Diggelen in 3rd. And 4th place. Running at about 4 minutes per kilometre. The Cycling Co-op in the USA. So we won't dig into everyone's details. Cycling Co-op doesn't have heart rate. T Staples. So Adam Moore is must be listening or watching. He is in the lead, and he's just messaged me to say he's got a link to his in real world races. So good for him. Well done, buddy. Keep it up. Heart rate looks good though, Adam. Well done. So 166 heart rate for Adam at the moment. Oh right, now we've got. Oh, they're all at the back, aren't they? I see. Right, yes. So yeah, Adam is currently running at 130 per kilometre. And like I say, these are perfectly doable speeds for decent runners. And So we can be fairly sure that Adam is a bona fide decent runner from the USA, currently in the lead. So let's hop back a bit more. Metzger from Germany, let's drop him a ride on. Staples from the USA, 156 heart rate from Zoot Racing. Pepper from mountainroad.com, 156 heart rate. Well, it says 10th place there, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th place, we think. Heart rate gradually going into zone 4 there for Pepper. Danny Noonan from the USA. Well done, Danny. 155 heart rate for him into zone 4. And well over 2.5 kilometres into the run now. Ross Kirkpatrick says, greetings. I am in Queensland, Australia, enjoying your run with a cup of hot chocolate. Bed again soon. This inspires me to do better. Well, go to bed, get up nice and early, and go and do a good long run. And that's what I've got to do. Oh no, I can't, because my wife's working in the morning. I've got to do my long run in the afternoon. I've been out once today. I've raced already today, so I raced in London this morning. We have parkrun. If you don't know what parkrun is, it's a 5k run, and they happen all over the world, but mainly in the UK. 5k free timed runs every Saturday morning in parks all over the UK and all over the world, particularly in Australia and Scandinavia. They're very popular. And we had 1,600 runners this morning in Bushy Park, London. I managed to come 64th, so that was okay. So yeah, we're following Danny Noonan at the moment. And just behind Danny Noonan is De Martin, C. De Martin. I don't know what flag that is, so let's have a look at him. And just behind him is Kim Little, very well-known cyclist on Zwift. Right. Okay, so this is an Austrian flag. Chris De Martin is a level 12 runner, a level 4 cyclist, and he's done 573 kilometres on Zwift, and he is currently, according to the Zwift stats up there, in 12th place. And stage 2 of the Tour de Zwift. Adam Moore, how he's finding time to type and run at the same time. Good job, buddy. 9 miles in the legs already today. 116 miles covered today. There's an ice storm outside, and says thanks for the broadcast. Right, stop typing and get running, Adam. If you can type, you can run faster and stop typing. Get on with it. So, well done, Adam. So he needs to do 16 miles today, and very cold outside where he is. It's cold outside here, but certainly not an ice storm by any means. Right, so that's Chris De Martin from Austria. So Kim Little from the UK. Oh! Hang on. Oh no, I've got a problem. Right, so one of the keys fell off my keyboard and got trapped in the belt of my treadmill. I had to jump off and get it. The problem with trying to use your keyboard whilst running. Okay, so Kim Little. Let's drop Kim a ride on. Kim's a decent runner, and but a very, very good cyclist on Zwift. Look at his heart rate. So he's going at 4 minutes per kilometre. So that's a decent 5k pace, decent 10k pace. That would get him in just around 20 minutes for 5k, 40 minutes for a 10k. And look at his heart rate, 135, very comfortable for Kim. Let's have a look at Kim's stats and you'll see. So he is, his stats are private. So we can't actually see his stats, but I can guarantee you he's almost certainly a level 50 cyclist. I don't know what level he is on running, but he is a regular Zwift runner as well. Kenneth Stramstad, hello. Scramstad, sorry. Good afternoon to you.
Jack it up.
And right behind Kim Little, we're just overtaking him, is Wasowicz. What flag is that now? It's not Poland, is it Poland? No. We'll have to look at Wasowicz. I can sense more keyboard disasters coming here. So that's why I'm going nice and slow. I'm probably in last place overall. Wasowicz from Poland. Yes, I was correct. Look at that. I do know something about flags. So Wasowicz has just hit 4 kilometers. No heart rate for him. He's running at 350 per kilometer. And he is a level 1 cyclist, a level 4, so he hasn't done any cycling on Zwift, and a level 4 runner. So there's my ride on, just dropped on his head. And then behind Wasowicz and Kim Little, we have Krista Hult, who is a regular Zwift runner. So there's Krista, and his heart rate is 152, which is what you might expect for this point in the race. Over 4 kilometers in, 355 per kilometer, just under 4 minutes per kilometer. Again, very decent 5k and 10k time. The run today is 9 kilometers. Darren van Dit, he's feeling unwell today. So Darren's not running. And Darren, I'm fine. I ran this morning, so I'm not running. I'm not racing. I think I'm in last place. Just gently jogging along, but clicking on different runners to find out a bit more about them as they run stage 2 of the Tour de Zwift. And Kenneth says he's done stage 1 and stage 2, both in running and cycling, so he's enjoying a rest day today. Good for you. I've done stage 1 and I'm now doing stage 2 of running. I haven't done cycling at all, which is very remiss of me. Should do really, but you just can't fit it all in these days. I am currently training for a race in March, so I have an 8-week block, which I'm into the second week of my 8-week block of training for Transgran Canaria in March, which is 128 kilometers. So I do need to get some elevation into my training. So there you can see my treadmill, 8 kilometers an hour, going nice and steadily, no elevation at all. And we're watching W. Kuntz from Canada. Heart rate of 162. In 16th position at the moment. And let's have a little look. So Kuntz is a level 21 runner, so he is an experienced Zwift runner, top level runner, and level 32 cyclist. So he's been on Zwift for quite some time. Either that or he runs and cycles every single day. He's covered 2,500 kilometers on Zwift, which is around about the same as me. So he's doing very well. And our Huber is just behind him. We know Huber as well. So this is Wyatt Kuntz from Canada. And this is Huber. So Roman Huber from Switzerland, level 12 runner, level 26 cyclist, currently running at about 4 minutes per kilometre, heart rate of 154, zone 4 for him, doing fairly well. Darren, first place is, well, it might still be Adam Moore, who has already commented on the stream. He is running and typing at the same time. We'll just nip back up to the front and see who's in the lead. Yeah, so Adam is still in the lead, about 3 seconds up on Godoy from El Salvador. The cycling co-op from the USA is in third. I know it says there that Adam is fourth, and I'm not entirely sure why that is, but we know that he's first. So it'll be interesting to see the results at the end as to what goes on with that. But Adam first. Godoy, is it at Italia? Godoy Cycling Co-op. Leander van Diglen in fourth. Metzger from Germany, fifth. Staples, sixth. MountainRoad.com. Krista Martin, Wasovich, Danny Norman, Krista Holt, Kim Little, Kuntz, Huber, and then we've got Jolly, who's 60 years old. 60 plus from the UK or from England. D Jolly. Let's have a look at his stats. Heart rate of 167, which you would expect from an older runner. 5 kilometres in now for him. So less than 4K to go for Jolly. And he's done no cycling at all. He is a level 21 runner, so he's run a lot of kilometres, 1,267 kilometres on Zwift. We'll drop a ride on for him. From England, aged 64 years. This is Dennis Jolly. Good running, Dennis, well done. Top 20 for Dennis. You see all the country flags represented here. Look, UK, USA, Germany, Norway, Switzerland, Austria, Poland. And down the bottom there, we've got N. Brown from South Africa. So let's go down there a bit. Bjerborg. Well done to you. And more. We haven't had our first lady yet, have we? Bowery from Tewkesbury in the UK. Loudermilk from the USA. Jay Loudermilk. Johnson, Jay Johnson from Germany. Kettenhun.de. And here's N. Brown from South Africa. Let's look at him. Heart rate of 162. So well into zone 4 now, as most runners should be if they're racing. And they are past 5K now. They should be in zone 4, if not even, if they're really pushing hard, zone 5. Darren says, Dennis Jolly the king. And great head-to-head duel up there at the front, yes. Kenneth is asking, how am I making Zwift change the view? I've got a little program on my computer, Kenneth, which automatically presses the camera buttons, and I've programmed that in so it does different camera angles. I can do it manually. You just press different keys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 0, on your keyboard, and you can change the camera angle yourself, but I have a little program that does it automatically. So hang on a second. N Brown from South Africa. N Brown has a private account, so I cannot see any of N Brown's details, but it's Nick Brown. So Nick Brown, heart rate of 161, running at 4:30 per kilometre. Nice and comfortable in zone 4 and top 30, so 24th or so place for Nick. So let's move back down the field. Brian Dell, yes, definitely good to have slower days. I've already raced today, Brian, so just get a few miles under the belt at a nice slow pace. Ultra Marathon Man Gary on YouTube says, Dennis, smash it. So lots of support for Dennis there. Okay, Charbonneau from Canada. Well done to you. Caceres. Not sure what that flag is. Is it Paraguay? Maybe, not sure. C. Langford from the UK. Heart rate of 167, just teetering on zone 4 there. Coming up to 6 kilometres run for C. Langford. Jay Thompson, also from the UK. Coming up to 6 kilometres, heart rate 178. And this is our First Lady, I think. Let's have a look at First Lady. 6 kilometres done. So Jenny Thompson is our First Lady. She's a level 4 runner, level 8 cyclist. So she's only done 35 kilometres of running on Zwift. She's done 258 kilometres of cycling. She's Jenny Thompson from the UK. So well done to her. So First Lady is Jenny Thompson. Just overtaking by Emde from Germany, who has sped up somewhat. He's currently doing 4 minutes per kilometre, looking to blast out the last 3 kilometres. So let's quickly move down the field now and find a few of the runners before the end of the race, because these last 2.5-3 kilometres will disappear pretty quickly. Although I've probably only done about 4 kilometres, so if that, the speed I'm going. Do you know what? I don't think I've ever come totally last. Owen Casey says that's the Chile flag. So that was Caceres or Caceres. We think that's the Chilean flag. Darren says Dennis is a frequent runner on my meetups and is a very avid Zwifter, hence the support from Darren and others. So well done to Dennis. Thank you, Owen, for pointing out that's a Chilean flag. And yeah, Darren, the only day he's not running, I'm commentating. I'm commentating and running, but not racing. So yeah, all right, well done, Jenny, in first place for the ladies. D. Ass, interesting naming, from Canada. And Mazzetti from Switzerland. C. Miller, next down the list, heart rate of 170. So well into zone 4, top of zone 4, almost there. C. Miller. From, is that, what flag is that? Come on, Stephen, get your flag sorted out. Is it Norway? No, I don't think it is Norway. It's not Switzerland. Don't know. Right, Arstine from South Africa. Well done. No heart rate. Fraze from the USA. Well done. So going back now, 6.5 kilometres though done. But all these runners. L. Wolf from the UK. Heart rate of 180 in zone 5. So that's really hurting for Elle Wolf now. Still with 2.5 kilometers to go. Really pushing it to get this run done. So Tour de Zwift Stage 2 running through Innsbruck. Beautiful course. It's not a massively popular course, but it is lovely. Ioneko. Again, a flag. Oh, is it Russia? Ionenko from Russia, yes. G Polo from the USA. Van Melle from Canada and Messier from Canada. Well done to you guys. No heart rate for Messier. Berntsen, that is a Norwegian flag. Owen Casey says Denmark flag up there, yes. Almost certainly, well done, thank you. So nice to have Owen Casey on the geography front. Thank you, Owen, keep it going. There's bound to be more flags that I don't recognise in a minute. Ultramarathon man Gary says he did his 12 noon stage 2 and finished 3rd. Well done. Oh no, but he was winning, but his treadmill decided to restart at 5 miles in. Oh no, what a disaster. Well done anyway, Gary. Guest from Canada. We've done Van Melle. A. Cole, trymoney.com. Muscly avatar there, no heart rate though. But well done to you. Sandberg from Sweden. Second lady, Jay Sandberg. Let's have a look at her. So Jenny Thompson is in the lead for the UK. I've lost everyone now. Where are we? Oh no! I can't see names now. Let's try and go a bit closer in. Oh, that's me there. So let's go a bit further forward, see if I can find... No? Right, we might have to be... There's Kerry Thomas. Who's that? Engel, Karl-Heinz Engel. Oh right, so these are all people I know. Karen Ardillo. But I do not know. Right, I seem to have lost the runners now, so I can't click on people's names. Oh, I've gone back to me. That's why. Why have I clicked back to me? Okay. So we'll just click through again. Ryan Dell says he did Tour de Zwift Stage 2 at a nice slow pace with Ryan Downey. It can be nice to do some of these in Zone 2, yes. Darren says his favourite course is Richmond. Well, that is strange. Certainly not my favourite course. Okay, where were we? Let's get back up here. No, higher than that, aren't we? Let's go back up further. Further up. There's Karl-Heinz Engel. There's Kerry Thomas in 60 seconds. So Kerry Thomas is doing very well in 62nd place. But we need to find our second place runner. There's Eric Min. Let's give Eric a ride on. So Eric Min, if you don't know, he is the boss of Zwift. He is the original... Well, he's not the inventor of Zwift. That's John Mayfield. But John Mayfield and Eric Min started the company. Eric was the man with the financial resources. And John was the man with the technical know-how. Two of them got together and created Zwift some 6 years ago now. 5 years since it went into beta. And many of us have been riding on Zwift for 5 years now. So that's Eric doing well, 7 kilometers in, heart rate of 165, well into zone 4, good for him, well done. Right, there's Sandberg, our second lady. Yeah, so now we've got her back again, here we go. So Sandberg from Sweden, She's 36 years old, level 3 cyclist, level 4 runner, so she's quite new to Zwift. She's only done 17 kilometers on Zwift as a runner. No heart rate for her, but she is doing well. Got a photograph of her, Josephine Sandberg. Well done to you, from Sweden, second lady at the moment. And she's got a kilometre and a half, less than a kilometre and a half to go. Kazakov from Russia, Forzan from Italy, Rasmussen from, where did you say it was? Denmark? Yes, Denmark. Doust from Canada, Hallam, Dean, I think it's Dean Hallam, is it? From the UK, well done to Dean, is in 48th position. Zanye from Italy, another muscly avatar. Melik, I know that name, but I can't remember the first name. Melik, well done to you. Paysan, there's Hain from Canada. Heart rate of 170. So see, all these heart rates are really nice and high now, where they should be for these racers. Paysan from France, Vetter from the USA. There's Eric Min again. Eric Min's in 54th position. So well done to Eric. NT from the USA. 56th, A Bell. A lot of USA runners here. Lightfoot. Jones. Another muscly avatar. Werner from the USA. So a good collection of American runners there. So McPherson. Now, is it Stuart or Steve? I do know McPherson. And Adam has finished, wrapped up, typing in zone 4. It was a bit risky, I should say so, mate. Good job though, buddy, well done. So Adam, if you want to question Adam, he says he's got his in real world runs online in his bio in, did you say in Zwift or on Facebook? Anyway, it doesn't matter, we're quite happy that Adam is a legit runner. Legit runner, non-legit runners do not type in on my Facebook stream and say hi. So well done, Adam. Good job. First place for Adam Moore in the Stage 2 Tour de Zwift Innsbruck. Sipes there in 62nd place. Is this our third female? Well done to you. Let's have a look at her. So we've got Josephine Sandberg in second for the ladies, and this is, oh come on, Stephanie Sipes from the USA. Private information, so we can't see anything about her apart from her first name, which is Stephanie. The photograph of her is wearing a cycling helmet. So we should assume that she's more of a cyclist than a runner, but she's done very well today. Third place for the ladies, as far as I'm aware. Kenneth is just telling us that he's bought some winter running clothes, been spending money. And Adam is just congratulating the guy who was hot on his heels. We think he was from El Salvador, is that right? Am I remembering that correctly? Anyway, it's so good to see so many runners on Zwift doing these events. The Tour de Zwift 2020 has been a massive running success, really good, as well as the track opening up. The track has attracted a lot of people as well. So really good news for Zwift. Okay, so that's Stephanie Sipes. So Kerry Thomas is hot on Stephanie's heels in 4th place. Well done, Kerry. Kerry's a regular, we know Kerry. Henshaw from the UK, up to nearly 8 kilometres now, so 1 kilometre to go for these guys. Grisel from South Africa. Moreles from the USA, Bergman from Sweden, Ulig from the USA. Zone 5 at 1:58. That's interesting. So you rarely see, mind you, he's got a grey beard on his avatar. So is he an older runner? Because that's what you might expect with an older runner, is in zone 5 at a heart rate of 1:57, which is very surprising. Why am I so low on the camera? Hello up there. Oh, there we are, that's better. Right, let's have a look at Ulig. Oh, I've got no information about Ulig. Denny Ulig doesn't say how old he is. Private profile, so we can't find anything out about him. But 8 kilometers in, running in zone 5 at 4:28 per kilometer, 4:30 per kilometer. Well done to him. Lupfer from Germany is next in 69th position. Well done to you. Jay Berry from the USA. Then Agront from, now is that a Paraguay flag? Owen Casey, get on the case please. Agront, what flag is that? Jesina from Poland is in 72nd with a heart rate of 1:75, really pushing it now with 1 kilometer left to run. Donaldson from Canada, well done to you, 1:58 heart rate. Good to see quite a lot of people with heart rate as we come across McConnell with no heart rate. McCready from Canada. Fifth lady is McCready, coming up to 8 kilometers. Let's just have a quick look at McCready. So this is Sherry McCready. She's 53 and has a photograph of herself with a bike. So again, we should assume that she's more of a cyclist. Level 17 cycling. Heart rate of 1:57 at the moment. Level 8 running. So has been cycling longer than running. I think we're seeing an increase in the number of cyclists who are trying running out, you know. I think this is a new thing. I think a lot of people are coming over from cycling to running, it more so in the past couple of months than ever before. Adam Moore's just confirming the guy behind him was from El Salvador. Can't remember his name now though. Payol, possibly? Something like that. Right, so that's McCready in 5th place for the ladies. Oh, nearly dropped my keyboard again. Let's get rid of that. Forcell from the USA. Did I give McCready a ride on? Yes, I did. Briold from Canada. Testroet from Germany. Goyette from Canada. S. True from the UK. Lapierre from Canada. Heart rate of 1:42, very comfortable. Zone 3. Nice. Well done, Lapierre. Bilton from the UK, no heart rate. And Q Judge. I wonder what that must be made of. Heart rate of 193. Good grief. Running at 4:54 per kilometre. Heart rate of 193. Is that real? That is some effort. If that is your heart rate, Q Judge, and you are pushing it, my goodness. Mind you, having said that, I mean, it's not unheard of, but let me just see if I can find out anything more about Q Judge. Oh, get off! I'm trying to get rid of this. There we are. Right. Q Judge. Quinn. Oh, private profile. That's no good, is it? Come on, promote your profiles public. So Quinn Judge has a private profile from the USA. Does have a photograph, so I can see what he looks like. He looks mid-30s, early 40s. Heart rate of 195. Absolutely killing himself to... I mean, he is in zone 5. As long as his zones are set up correctly, that is right. So I'm in my 7th kilometre now. If you look on the left there, those are my splits. So it's not the person we're watching. The heart rate is the person we're watching, but the splits underneath, those are my splits. So I've done 6 kilometres. I've got 3 to go. Sarah Jacobson. My husband is a Zwift cyclist and I'm desperately trying to get him over to running. Don't want to give up my own treadmill time though, so hopefully you won't do it too much. But yes, I really think there's a lot of cyclists now trying out running. Kenneth Scramstead, that's me at the moment, 195 is max. Okay. How old are you, Kenneth? Kenneth's max is 195. I mean, my max is about that now, I suppose. But my pace would be a lot faster for that heart rate. But well done to Q Judge. Okay, so he's overtaken Lapierre. Muletieri from Switzerland, well done. Ridgway from the UK. Fogelberg from Sweden. Lenz from Germany. 8.5 kilometres, 500 metres to go for these guys now. Fischer. Waghorn from the USA. M. Barr from Germany. Bilton, we've already seen Bilton. Ian Matthews, we know Ian. Ian's heart rate is zone 5, 172, just down to zone 4 there. So well done, Ian. Ian has got half a kilometre to go. 500 metres left for Ian. All right, Kenneth is 42 and his max heart rate is 195. I'm 50. Don't tell anyone though, because I know I look 30. Owen Casey's heart rate is 201. Max heart rate. Do you know what? I think my max is getting towards 190 now. My max used to be 185, but I think it's going up. I don't know, or maybe I'm just getting fitter. Anyway, okay, let's carry on going down. Well done to Ian in 90th position, so top 100 for Ian out of 179 runners. W. Rowland, well done to you. Bilton is dropping back. Van Dijk from Belgium. Paul Huss from Canada. Tayson, oh there's Wunderwald from Germany. Tayson from France, well done. Levesque from Canada. And T. Hubbard from the USA. Foley and Becker from the USA. Course from Chicago, USA. Pascoe from the UK. Well done to all these guys. No heart rate for Pascoe. A sneaky Russian. Watching our sneaky Russian. Well, good name. Heart rate of 164 for our sneaky Russian. There's Pascoe again. D. Horn from America. Juncker from America. Banner from the USA as well. Another lady runner. Well done to Banner. Angamo from Norway. Peterson and Daly from the USA. Daly on a heart rate of 160 in zone 3. Well done to you. Palmer from Germany. Another lady, 161 heart rate with 700 metres left to go. Deluc Fortin from Canada. Dahlberg from Sweden. Heart rate of 150 in zone 3. Just into zone 4 there. With over a kilometre to go. Just over a kilometre to go for these guys. Gomez from the USA. And Din from the USA. Stafford from Canada. Well done to Stafford. Muscly avatar there. Brian Dell says too many people set their heart rate zones based on bogus calculation rather than testing themselves. Mine is 190-ish at 50. Well, that's probably, Brian, that's probably about the same as me now. Marley from the USA. I've already given him a ride on. Stocker from the USA. Hahn from the USA. USA very well represented today. Dinter. Weil from Germany. And Canada well represented. Barnes and Wilson as well. Another lady runner there. Good to see the women getting involved big time. 1:36 for Kazmark from the USA. Heart rate in zone 2. After 8 kilometres, 1 kilometre to go for Kazmark. And she has been running very comfortably in zone 2. Karen Ardilio. If you know Karen, she's been around for a long time. Karen is a regular Zwift runner and a regular community leader. And on the Zwift blog we have a profile of Karen and her family if you want to search for that and read about Karen's life. Belmonte from Spain. Gavrilenko. We know Gavrilenko, thank you for your support, Gavrilenko, whenever I do my runs. Randall from the USA. J10 from Germany. And Kota from Canada. Hunley, well done to you. Heart rate of 164 for Hunley. 500 metres, no, 1.5 kilometres left for Hunley. Lebrec, well done to you. Kitro from Canada. And Lee, who hasn't got a country of origin. That greyed out flag there that looks a bit like the Canada flag. That greyed out flag means that the person has not listed a country flag on their profile. Droz from Germany and F. Williams from the USA. Hey, so from, is that Singapore or is that Germany as well? USA as well, I think it is USA as well. Or is that, hang on a minute. That is the USA I'm looking at, isn't it? Just for some reason it looks like this flag is quite small and I keep misinterpreting it as a, I think it's, is it the Philippines or Singapore has a flag similar? Anyway, I'm fairly sure it's USA. Sarwald from Germany. Dalton, 129 heart rate for Dalton at 7.5 kilometres. Amazing. Manard, well done to you. Heart rate of 153. Cowans. V Green. This is, we're getting right to the towards the back of the field now. 143rd. Well done to Lay. And P Queen. Heart rate of 170. So she is in zone 5. No cadence. But pushing it at 170 beats per minute heart rate. Well done to you. P Queen. Ansel. 172 beats per minute, but in zone 4. So there's an interesting look. There's the difference. So P Queen is in zone 5. Ansel is in zone 4. But Ansel has a higher... Well, they have the same heart rate now. Ansel is actually higher, but still in zone 4. Here's some bloke called S. Cousins with just under 2 kilometres left to run. Heart rate of 127. Being very lazy indeed, this guy. So I'm not very impressed with his effort. Whoever he is, I'm not going to give him a ride on because he looks useless to me. Walt Huddle, thank you for your ride on.
Ride on!
Right, Herzberg is walking, has had enough. D. Johnson from the USA, 145 heart rate. Stavros, 165 heart rate, but in zone 5. Oderud from Norway. Hesselwood from the USA. Salwender from Switzerland. And plant-based athlete T. Connor from Canada. Well done to you, heart rate of 156. And Thomas from the USA, no heart rate. T Maloney is walking, is tired, wants it to finish, although heart rate is only 131, so fairly comfortable. C Hills from the UK is walking, has had enough. No heart rate for C Hills, so we don't know if they're suffering or not. Book, 5.7 kilometers in, heart rate of 160. Thanks Angie Magic for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, do please subscribe to the Zwift Live channel. That's this YouTube channel. If you're watching on Facebook, go over to the Zwift Live YouTube channel, just subscribe there. You will be able to see all these live videos, all the live Zwift videos, many of which I commentate on, most of which I run. And we cover all the big events on Zwift. Slininger from the USA is walking. 109 BPM, very comfortable. Has probably had enough or is deliberately taking it very easy. So in 166th, H. Griffiths from Wales. The Welsh flag there for H. Griffith. Let's have a look at H. Griffith, shall we? So this is Heidi Griffiths. She is 51 years old, from Wales, and a level 3 runner, so very new to running. Hello and welcome to Zwift, Heidi Griffiths. You have still over 3.5 kilometers to go. Can she get to the end? Fingers crossed she won't walk all the way. And Doherty behind looks like they're walking as well. S. Doherty, 166. I can't go any further back. So, back to me. And let's just speed it up for the last 1.5 kilometers. Just go up to 10 kilometers an hour. So, this is Tour de Zwift Stage 2, Innsbruck in Austria. And I think we've been through pretty much every runner, given them all a ride on, and hopefully they will all get to the end. Gandolfi, thank you for your ride on.
Ride on!
I apologise if loads of you have been giving me a ride on and I've not seen it because I've been looking at other runners. Apologies for that. So you can see every kilometre I've done, 1 through 7, has been 7.5 minutes per kilometre. Han, thank you for your ride on.
Ride on!
Just because we've been taking it easy. Jonathan Koss, good afternoon to you, buddy. And Tom Sunder, thanks for the ride on.
Ride on!
So we've been having a look at other runners and just generally commentating on the run rather than racing it. I did race this morning, and I still have my running gear on from this morning's run. So I'm wearing my club vest, Worthing Harriers club vest, and we went up to London this morning to run Bushy Park Run. Which, if you know anything about Park Run, Bushy Park Run was the original, the very first park run in the UK. Started in, I think it was 2005. So heart rate is now finally into zone 3 because we're making a bit more of an effort. Now that we've been through the whole group, almost all 170 odd runners, 8 kilometres done, 1 kilometre left to go. If you're new to Zwift and you'd like... It's so easy to get set up for Zwift running. All you need are a few things. Firstly, access to a treadmill. Either at home or at the gym, It doesn't matter what kind of treadmill you use, any treadmill will work with Zwift. Next, you need a foot pod, preferably a Bluetooth foot pod, and the most popular ones to use at the moment are the Zwift Pod or the Stride. Then simply download the Zwift app onto any of these devices. So a Mac, a PC, an iPhone, an iPad, an Android phone, Zwift even works on Apple TV. Pair your foot pod in the app, possibly add a heart rate monitor if you like, and that's it. You're all set up for Zwift running.
So let's just bang out the last kilometre. Not super fast, but just enough to get the heart rate up a little bit more. Heading towards the mountains. Catch one or two runners. So we'll catch E. Cowens and V. Green, I would imagine. And Jason Kaplan, thanks for the ride on.
Right on!
Oh, really? Do tell, Jonathan. 8.5 kilometres done. 500 metres left. Oh dear. That's not good. I bet Carol won though. There's the finish line up ahead, look. That big purple line in the sky is 9 kilometres run. Be interesting to see where the finish line is in relation to the purple marker. Coming up to the end, 200 metres left. So is the purple marker exactly the same place as that blue finishing line? Looks like it might be. "100 metres to go." Andrew Cutmore, how did Parkrun go this morning? Yeah, very well. I came 64th out of 1,620 runners, 4th in my age group, 19 minutes 41 seconds. That will do me, thank you very much. And there we are, there's the end of stage 2 of Tour de Zwift, 9 kilometres run. Through the finish line we go, 1:04:30. Although my time there is 1:05:30. So a whole minute extra added on to my time because of the, well, we're pretty sure it's the distance between when you start running and when you go through the start banner. They seem to add that on for some reason. So 124th, very nice, comfortable zone 2-3 run for the Tour de Zwift stage 2 through Innsbruck. And then unfortunately quite a few runners, if you see there, have suffered from the timing and distance bug from number 127th onwards down, all being kicked out because they have dodgy numbers, unfortunately. So that's bad news for them. Let me go and open the doors and get a bit of fresh air in. I enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed me commentating and going through each runner. If you know any of the runners who were involved today and who didn't watch the stream or haven't watched the stream, or people who don't know about this stream, this live stream, or the Zwift Live channel, please do direct them there, because it's very likely that they were featured a little bit on the stream today. I went through almost every runner, even if it was just very briefly. I clicked on every runner, I think, almost. So if you know somebody who ran today in this race, do tell them to go and watch the stream either on Facebook or on YouTube on the Zwift Live channel. I'm just reading Jonathan's post about a little argument that happened this morning on Run in the Park. Yeah, have you seen what's happening with cycling? Some cycling races, Zwift are saying they will start making people adhere to their correct race groups. So, DeSanto, thank you for your ride on. And that will probably come to running at some point as well. So, depending on what was it? Depending on previous race results or previous performances, they will band you in particular groups, and you cannot race in a group that isn't your proper group. So it might happen that does happen with running as well at some point. I mean, it hasn't happened with cycling yet, but they're just saying that it might do, and that Zwift are looking at that. So there we are. So that is Tour de Zwift Stage 2, Innsbruck. Paul Huss, thank you for your ride on. So we're off. I don't think I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. I'm going to have a day off streaming on Zwift. I'm going to go out for a long run on the hills, get some real life elevation and real life descent into my running on the trails tomorrow. And we'll be back for Monday Run Club on Monday. Good time for Monday Run Club to be, actually, Monday. It wouldn't make much sense if it was on a Tuesday. Thanks very much for watching. Thank you very much for the chat, the comments, the help. Thank you, Owen, for looking up flags. And well done to everybody who took part today in the race. Hope you enjoyed it. That was Tour de Zwift Stage 2, and we'll be back on Monday with Monday Run Club. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.